Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Comedy Quarter Hour. Tonight, this is different. I am here to bring you cheer, to have pleasant evenings, good and sweet dreams. Dude, talking of sweet dreams. I wake up in the middle of the night, down the hall from my mom's room, and all I hear is my mom screaming at the top of her lungs like, and it woke me up down the fucking hallway. I was like flipping out, like, oh shit, should I do something? I should like run down the hall right now and make sure she's okay. But this is like the second time that this has happened. The other time, I'm sitting in the family room with my stepdad. We're both watching a television program like Big Brother or something. And then, like, I thought I heard something, and I decided, like, in the peripheral, and I'm like, did I just hear something? And then I'm listening again, all of a sudden she's like, quick, the hospital, emergency! Screams at the top of her fucking lungs. Oh, what the hell? So I run back there. I burst open the door and I'm like, Mom, you okay? You okay? Do I need to like do anything? Do you need some help? Do I need to call 911, get some emergencies over? And then she just looks at me and bursts out into laughter. Laughing. I was just like, oh, maybe I should call for myself after that little heart attack you tried to give me. Goodness gracious. Oh, that shit, that just still makes me laugh thinking about it every time. What the fuck were you dreaming about right now? Are you having sexy dreams? So, my day job, I am a mailman. That is correct. Thank you. And one thing people have always said about the mailman is, oh, the dogs bark at the mailman. I just thought it was something people said, and, you know, those old wives' tales. Dogs bark at everyone who walks by and shit, but they say that about newspaper carriers too, and I had a newspaper out the Daily Breeze, and I got along with all the dogs in my neighborhood. I knew every single one by name, and every time I see them, I'm like, hey, I pet them and stuff. I don't know what it's like about those dogs. When I'm a mailman, is it my uniform or something? Like, I didn't believe in this shit and stuff, but then they kind of get in your head during training, and they like totally feed you Nazi propaganda about dogs and canines all throughout like a few hours, and I'm bombarded with dog hatred. They're just like, you gotta look out for dogs. There are no good dogs. You know what people say? Right before a dog bites them? or do you know what the owners of the dogs usually say right before the mailman gets bitten? Oh, don't worry, it's a nice dog. So true. They're all, don't worry, it's a nice dog. Oh, okay. Ah! What the fuck? Back up that fucking little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Get that dog away from me, homie. I do not want to get bit right now. I have pepper spray just for that dog, and I know how to use it. And my postmaster doesn't have a problem using it. He encourages it. Always. Constantly. Like, you got a problem, you spray that thing down. I don't want you getting hurt. You make sure you just unload on them. We also have a air blaster. Like, that works pretty good. I had it. I prefer that, not to injure the animals or whatever, but had a dog running at me like barking. And I'm like, oh shit. Got the air blaster like right in its face, and it's just backed up and like kind of fell on the floor and was looking at me all weird, and kind of ran away. And I was like, that's right, motherfucker. Get the fuck back. Usually what happens a lot of times is you get, like, well, always these tiny dogs just right at their door, jumping up really high on the gate, going, right in your fucking face, and it's just like, shut up, pissing me off. And then you get these big dogs, and they're right at the fence line, and they're just like, whoa, barking at you, and then, like, we're both walking along, and there's a fence in between us, and then for some reason, someone left the fence open a little while further up, and, like, we both don't even notice it yet, but then all of a sudden, like, we walk right to where the gate's open, and we're both like, oh shit, there's no fence separating us. So both at the same time, like, both jump back. And the dog's always more scared. They're always terrified. They're like, oh shit, I should better stop barking because there's no fence protecting me from that mailman guy. And they are usually or sometimes they'll just shut the fuck up and then just like look to the left and look to the right. Well, maybe he doesn't notice me anymore if I'm not barking. So yeah, I was just kind of barking because there was a fence between us. But now that there's no fence between us, I don't know what to do. Kind of sit here. Well, have a good day. Yeah, but oh man. I don't know if it was the propaganda that they had fed me to begin with in the training. But then when I like got out on the street, I was just noticing, man, all these dogs really fucking hate the mailman. And it is true most of the time, they do get in your head a lot and have you all this fear and, dare I say, hatred of dogs. But I guess it's probably healthy because people don't know how to handle them or whatever. Deal with the dogs. A lot of people get bit. A lot of people are always waving you down too, like, oh hey, and it's like, oh hey, how's it going? I wave, hey, and they're just like, hey, oh, good thing I got you, here's a letter. And it's like, all right, you can leave it in your mailbox, and we pick it up when we drop your mail off. I don't know if you realized this was part of the job, but you guys are always running us down and then waving us down, and I understand if you pass your house, but that's usually not the problem. And one of the major problems is, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I walk like 10 to 15 miles a day. So I don't need any added steps. I'm doing my route, and any additional added steps is just like unneeded on my feet, and my body is like very unwanted towards any additional, I don't know, wear and tear that I don't need to go through. Plus, we have these scanners on us, and they're totally clocking our time by satellite and knowing where we are. And hey, what were you doing here for an extra 10 seconds? Why did you cross the street when you didn't need to cross the street? And just like, seriously, you guys? Fuck off. Back up and learn how to mind your fucking business. I don't need a little fucking security code on me at all times, knowing what I do and trying to fucking rat me out. And I really don't appreciate this shit. Treating me like I don't even know, you know? Bullshit. Nonsense. Should be illegal to treat people with such disrespect. Seriously. They don't pay me enough for that. They barely pay me anything at all anymore. Pieces of fucking shit. It's like even before I started working over there, they gave me a pay D grade. They used to start at a certain amount, and then 5 years before I started or so, maybe 4, they're just like, oh, now you guys could probably start at this amount instead. And it's like, wow, seriously? So they have 2 pay grade tables. Hey, if you started before this date, this is your pay rate and your raises. And you're like, wow. Those people are like $7 more than me. If I started 6 years ago, I'd be making $7 more an hour? Fuck you guys. Union doesn't work for people who haven't even started yet. But it's like, you guys, aren't we supposed to be planning for retirement and shit? How am I supposed to plan for retirement when I put part of my check in every week, and but now I have to just work more? Bullshit. People just keep asking more and more and more of us. Not even asking, just kind of fucking demanding. Fine, I don't know if you noticed, but this is supposed to be a comedy podcast. Oh shit, are you not laughing? Because I don't know. Maybe that wasn't funny. A lot of times when I rant, it could be funny. Then I usually just end up ranting. Hey, if it's not funny, at least afterwards I'm feeling better, okay? Just nice to get this off my chest, you guys. Okay, so thanks for listening. I should pay you guys for being my therapist. Like I was saying with extra steps and shit. If you see the mailman, don't try to wave from them across the street and say, hey, you need to come over here to pick this up when it's a favor you're asking of them. It's just like, we can't. You come meet us over where we are now, especially if I pass your house. If it's my bad or my fault, okay, maybe. But still, you guys. So much. So many. Goodness. Shouldn't be doing this anymore. shouldn't have even had to start. But I did, and, so it is. Is it what it is? And all I have to say is, whatever happened to the cocaine that they found at the White House? We found cocaine at the White House. I'm just like, it was Hunter. First thing that comes to my head, Hunter Biden. Like Joe Biden, Hunter Biden's like, well, duh. It's like known he's an addict and a big user in the past, at least, of cocaine. But they have friends in high places and pockets full of money. It ain't that he's white, it's that he's rich and knows people. I'm tired of you people blaming white men or white people and saying that they're a problem or that's the reason why. It's like, maybe you've never heard of the continent of Africa. If you think leaders would be better if they were black, maybe you should look at like Gaddafi or all those other fucked up leaders who are black in Africa and fucking with their own fucking people. It doesn't matter what fucking color you decide you are or what the fuck you fucking say, all that shit. There I go again. Define that's not very fucking funny. But anyways, I hope you get my point. And women. You think women are good leaders? If they're just better than men? Just because? Well, how did you like Margaret Thatcher or the Queen of England? Think about it. It doesn't fucking matter. I understand what the majority are. But do you? I don't think you do. What else do they have in common behind the color of their skin and their gender? Because there are a lot more people who have more in common with them than me. And media has us all wound up, pointed at each other still, looking at the polls. And I think these polls should be illegal, just stereotyping us and then plotting in us and colors and shit on these fucking maps so people can look, oh, well, these black people think this, and Asian people think that, and white people think this, and stupid. What happened to being individuals? Trying to end it on a good note, End with a laugh and then let it go, but then I go on the rant again. I don't know what to say. It's like, I don't mean to make waves or something, but did it make sense? I think the problem was, years ago when I was younger, I used to always talk shit about the white man, and I talk all this shit that they're talking now, and it's like, I got this started. I know I did, because a long time ago, it wasn't like this, and I was the only one standing up for all this shit. But now, all of a sudden, it's like the in thing to do, and people are yelling at me like, what, I wasn't doing that years ago when you guys were supposed to? And cancel culture, you stupid fucks. Still complaining about cancel culture. You know what I don't see? Me being canceled, because I don't have any shit like all y'all have in your past to even fucking get me canceled. You couldn't even find me trying to say the N-word at all, or wearing blackface, or any of that bullshit, or sexually harassing women. It's like, that's not me. And I was from the same time that you guys were doing that shit, but evidently it was okay at that time because it was a different time back then, you guys. You know how much of a different time it was? It was like, yeah, I was the one going, man, that is disturbing and you people need to quit that shit. Disgusting. And here I am still. Just imagine all the other things that you're waiting to hear is bad. Shit I'm talking about now, you'll finally be there in 15 years. Yelling at me like, oh, have you heard this one? Man, get the fuck out of my face. Thanks for listening. Hope you had some good laughs in the beginning at least. Try to make it more upbeat. Hopefully I got this off my chest this time. If not, there's some more next time. And who knows where the rants can go, where the rants have been, and where the rants will lead me. Because this is just the beginning, and I am learning more and more as we continue and we proceed, so I appreciate your time, and have a good one throughout your day, remember. If no one else had told you, I love you. You mean something to me. Bye.